Hey guys, so I'm just going to do a quick video today on the difference between contouring versus bronzing. I think people get confused between the difference between those because they try and use the same products for each, and I really think you need to have the right products to get the job done right. So I'm going to start with contouring. The idea behind that is really simple. It's sort of what we do when we're shading our eyes. You know how you would darken your crease to create depth to your eye and put, a lighter color in your brow bone to bring that forward. It's the same idea, you just apply it to your face. So anything you want to make stand out, you put a lighter color on, and anything you want to recede and make less noticeable, you put a darker color on. So, you would lighten or highlight, sort of this area on your forehead. It's sort of in a triangle here. You can do down the bridge of your nose, on your cheekbones, definitely. I tend to go from here and just sweep out, so sort of this whole area here. You can also do on your Cupid's bow right there. That'll make your lips sort of look fuller. And then anything, you want it to darken is going to look more sucked in. So definitely underneath your cheeks here, underneath your cheekbones, that can make your cheekbones look more defined. You can do your temples. You can sort of shade up here by the hairline. I find people forget to do that a lot, but it makes your face look a lot more, give it a lot more depth. And you can also, try and contour your nose if you want your nose to look a little smaller. That takes practice because sometimes you don't want like 2 racing stripes down the side of your nose. So that's the general idea behind that. And something you would want to use for contouring is something like this Benefit 10 Duo, where it has a lighter side here and a darker side over here, because this is specifically made to contour your face. Another thing, you generally want to stick with matte colors especially to do any darkening. You really do not want to use like shimmery shades to do your contouring, doing the darker parts. If you want to highlight with a shimmery shade, that makes sense because it's going to catch the sun, it's going to catch the light. But you can also use something like an eyeshadow, like a darker eyeshadow would work great, to contour in here. Because, if you have a light brown shadow or something like that, you don't have to go out and buy, a contouring set. Although, if you want to, I know MAC makes contouring shades. Makeup Forever has a contouring duo with a light color and a dark color, and it comes in, medium, light, medium, and dark. So that's basically the idea behind contouring. Now, what I think the biggest mistake people do is they try and use a bronzer like this. Oops. They try and use a bronzer like this to contour. And you don't want to do that because this is a bronzer and it's not made to do that. A bronzer is supposed to make your face look bronze, like sun-kissed. And where you want to put your bronzer is where the sun would naturally hit you. And the sun is going to strike your face on the same areas that you would normally highlight. So on your cheekbone, on your forehead. So that's where I see people messing up, is they take a bronzer and they put it in the exact opposite place that they should be. They try and contour with it. And that's when you see girls kind of looking like a disco ball because their whole face is shiny. They have bronzer here and it's shiny. They have highlight here and it's shiny. They have shiny eyeshadow. It's not a good look. So, another thing you can do is you can always contour and highlight with foundations. You can see here, I have a darker foundation and a lighter foundation. You can go more extreme with this. You can go like 3 or 4 shades darker and 3 or 4 shades lighter. I like to keep it pretty neutral though for every day. But what you do is you would just apply the darker shade where you would contour, and you apply the lighter shade, where you would highlight, and then you mix them together. And that gives, I think that's the easiest to pull off during the day because you're not using powders. It's not so much color. It's just, I don't know, it looks the most natural to me. It can take some practice, but once you get really good at blending, it sinks into your skin, and I think it looks the most realistic. So I hope that video made sense, and I hope that was helpful, and I'll talk to you guys later.